For the longest time, I would clam myself up in social situations. That is, if I even had the balls to be in those situations in the first place. I didn't know what to say to these people. I didn't know what to do, how to act. I just felt out of place. I couldn't even talk to the people that I see every single day, let alone ask a stranger for directions. And when some people see that you're not confident, they might take advantage of it, knowing that you won't do anything about it. So the more I dwelled on my anxiety to approach someone, the harder it was for me to open my mouth or even move towards their direction. You hear people say, don't think about it, just do it, just speak up. You can do it, everybody can. But that doesn't really work if you're a cocktail of overthinking, social anxiety, and low self esteem. So I wanted to change that. At some point, I realized that being an introvert does not automatically mean no confidence. It shouldn't be cause and effect. I didn't want fear to control the life that I really wanted to lead. I want to be able to interact with people and build genuine connections. I want to show my authentic self. And this is my journey on building confidence from the ground up as an introvert. I'm going to cover 3 things that I personally found really helpful in building confidence. And the first one is just to record yourself talking to a camera, like what I'm doing right now. You can write a script or you can freestyle it. Aim for 10 minutes each time and rewatch what you've recorded. The first couple of times when you're doing this, you'll probably notice a lot of filler words like and that's perfectly okay. You might sound monotone, and that's okay because you've never done this before. But this is probably what you sound like to other people when you're nervous. As introverts, we could sound like gods in the comfort of our own homes, but as soon as we step outside and someone starts talking to us, we start to panic and we talk really fast, we kind of drift out of the conversation. So what's the problem here? There's a disconnect between the way we think and what we actually are when we present ourselves to other people. In other words, we need to do a little training on our own. Most people don't realize that we can train ourselves to talk in a way that exudes confidence. And by recording yourself talking on the regular, you can pick out the things that you want to improve in your speech and completely revamp the way that you present yourselves to others. First impressions are important, and how you present yourself definitely contributes to the level of confidence that you exude in the presence of others. So attending to your appearance is really important, but there's 2 parts to it. One is your physical appearance, and the second is your aura. Most people pay attention only to the physical side of their appearance. Their haircut's good enough, their clothes are good enough. But beware, you can't buy confidence, despite how these marketing teams at these brands are trying to sell you. One mistake that I made in the past was that I bought into the ideal of what these brands are trying to sell, and thought that by buying expensive clothes, jewelry, fragrances, I could buy confidence for myself and respect from others. That's definitely not the case. Yes, it could inflate my ego for a short period of time, but it's not sustainable. Once you realize that nobody really cares about your new iPhone, those $2,000 shoes, that new designer bag, then you're pretty much back to square one, plus a hole in your wallet. Sure, treat yourself once in a while and splurge on yourself a little bit and buy the stuff that you really wanted to get. But those intentions shouldn't be that, oh, now that I got this, they gonna feel me now. I'm gonna gain so much respect. No matter how much material you have, it doesn't change anything. True change comes from within. Because what these brands don't tell you is, you wanna be like that guy in that ad you saw on TV, the guy sipping champagne, watching the sunset with an attractive lady in his arms. Buying their fragrance is not gonna magically make you into that guy. And no amount of material is gonna get you there, because true change comes from within. And that's the second part of your appearance, your aura. how you can upgrade that through meditation, affirmations, and practicing your interactions with other people. When you walk with confidence, people will notice that, and you'll feel more confident as a result of those interactions. And I'm going to show you how I did this by setting realistic goals and expectations that I could follow through with. Most of the time when we're working towards something, we set a goal in our heads and we just get to work. But I want you to try a different approach. Imagine and embody the feeling of being confident, what it means to you, what it feels like, and how it could serve you better. Pinpoint those feelings and work backwards. And ask yourself, what do I have to do in order to get to this stage, get to this feeling? So for me, my initial goal for myself was I want to be able to contribute to meetings. And for me back then, it was a big high jump for my confidence because I wasn't even near speaking to large groups of people. It wasn't very practical for me to just go into work the next day and just start talking. So I need to take action and break it down into smaller milestones. And remember that intention is not enough. You gotta take action. So I started from holding a conversation with one person, and then two, then three, and eventually I started to initiate a conversation with one person, and then another, and then another, until one day I pitched in a few sentences in a meeting and eventually leading a discussion a few meetings later. I thought about it whenever I could, and I was always looking for opportunities to test my new limits. I thought to myself, if I'm able to pull this off today, that means it's setting me up to doing something more challenging in the future. Also, I didn't let anybody tell me how fast I should be progressing, so I was working at my own pace, which I'm comfortable with. Because a lot of times people around you, like your parents, your teachers, bosses, would tell you, be proactive now. Stop being so shy, just do it. But they don't actually tell you how. And that's not really helpful. But that's okay. Acknowledge that you still got work to do and self-reflect on the things that you want to actually improve on, and just improve a little bit each day. A little bit each day, that's all it takes. So there you have it. 3 things that I'm currently doing to improving my level of confidence that I hope that you can try out for yourself. And I know that in today's world, everybody's impatient. We want to level up right now. We want to be the best of our versions right now. But there's no quick fix. It's just like bodybuilding or sports or whatever you do. Can't be the best overnight. It's just not possible. And you know that saying, how do you eat a whale? A bite at a time.